Hi. I don't know if I will be able to film this whole video. I don't know what I'm thinking, but we're gonna try. So I'm going to do a series check-in, and this is going to be have more books to read, whether I'm waiting for them to be published or I have ones just sitting on my TBR. I think I've got a couple different shelves going here. I think we've got a little over 30 to talk about. So I was talking to Ray at Bookmark Chronicles, and she was really helping me a lot with this. So I am not going over any series that I haven't read since 2020. That's the firm cutoff line. And also for me, I've only included series that have a 5-star read. If it didn't show up in my 5-star ratings, some book in the series, we're not talking about, because I have like over 100 different series to talk about in the different videos I have planned. So we've got this one that I'm working on. We've got DNF series and completed series at the very least. So that's already over 100 of them. And I feel like that's plenty. If you guys really want me to, once we're done with that series, then I would consider expanding it to and 4-star and before 2020, you know, stuff like that, if you really want to know all the things. But for right now, these are series that I potentially have more books to read. I have the 5-Pack series by Casey Wells. I'm actually completely caught up on this because I just read the 4.5 novella. The only novella that I haven't read is a newsletter exclusive, and I'm not doing that because if you know me, one extra step is one step too many. We have gotten 4 full-length books and 1, technically 2, novellas, and I think we still have 1 or 2 packs really to go. So I don't know if we only have 1 book left in the series or not, but I love these. They're all rejected maids. There are different reasons for the rejections. So stressful. Then I have Something's Wrong With Us, which is a manga series that I really love by Natsumi Ando. And this, I think, is complete. Okay. I think this is completed. Looks like there are 19 volumes. I've read through 12, and I'm looking forward to finishing that. I will be finishing it at some point. Then I have the Kindled series by Claire Kent. I've read 4 books in this, and there are 6 out and 2 more being released this year, I want to say. Yes. So I have 2 more that I could pick up right away if I wanted to, and then 2 that are releasing this year. 1 is coming out in May and 1 in December. Then I have Loose Ends by Rebecca Weatherspoon. There are 3 books out. I don't know if it's finished or not, but I've read 2 of them. This is low conflict contemporary romance. Then I have I'll Never Be Your Crown Princess, which is 3 volumes of manga by Saku Sukagami. I have 1 volume left to go, and then there will be a spin-off series. I have The Queen's Red Guard by Isabel Almo. There are 2 books out. They come out once a year, basically. This year's hasn't come out yet, and I've read the first one and need to read the second. There is technically a prequel novella that I also have not read. They're pretty dark though, and because they don't come out very quickly and they're long, I have kind of been putting off the second book, but it's still actively on my TBR, and I will probably read it within the next couple months. Then I have Role Playing by Kathy Yarley. It seems like her new release, Do Me a Favor, is part of the series, but I don't know what the series is. So we'll see. The Hidden Legacy series by Ilona Andrews, 6 books and a novella, so 7 books of this series are out. It's interconnected trilogies about sisters in a urban fantasy setting. I love it. All-time favorite. Highly, highly, highly recommend. And I'm just waiting for them to publish more, and I think it will be more than a minute before we get the next one. Also, the End Keeper Chronicles by Ilona Andrews is also an ongoing series that I think will take a little while to get the next release in, but I am completely caught up on it. This is more sci-fi paranormal romance, and I love it. Also by Ilona Andrews, we have The Iron Covenant, which is a spin-off of Kate Daniels, but they plan on publishing the second book in the duology in the next year or so, it sounds like. And I love this one. It's enemies to lovers. You have a very bad guy with a not so good girl. They are definitely the I will kill to protect what's mine, whether that is the people that are under my protection or my significant other. I will happily kill and I will trade anything for their safety. And they hate each other, but they, you know, have a mutually beneficial arrangement, a marriage of convenience. Then I have the Deadlands series by Katie Wilde. I am caught up on this. I did DNF the latest full length, but I plan on continuing it. This is barbarian fantasy romance. Then I have River Rain by Kristen Ashley. Completely caught up on this. This is one book published a year. The next one is in September, I believe. There are 5 out plus the Christmas novella, which I actually still need to read because I did not get to it in December. And the 6th book is coming out this year. This is a little heavy, especially on the first book. You have a guy that commits suicide, and then it's basically his found family is slowly but surely finding love in the aftermath of that. And they are celebrities. And I have A Gathering of Dragons series by Mila Vane. This is one of my favorite fantasy romance series of all time. There is still a chance that book 3 could come out in 2024 or 2025. We shall see. But this, again, is barbarian fantasy romance. This is a great blend of actual true fantasy world building and plot and a steamy, explicit romance. I've read both full lengths and the novella, and I plan on rereading at least the first book when that 3rd book is actually coming out. Then I have the Houston Skyhawk series by Alexandra Warren. There are 2 books on this. This is a black football romance series, and I liked the first one, loved the second one, and will definitely read more when they are published. Then I have the Underboss Insurrection series by Casey Wells. This is her Mafia series, and there are 2 books out. I love book 1. I don't recommend book 2 because it is so heavy with the disordered eating content that I just really don't recommend it because of that, even though it was still a good book. But I'll read whatever she publishes. Then I had the Love by the Demon series by Chase Verity. This is queer, cozy demon romance. There are, I think, 3 out. Honestly, the Goodreads series stuff is not the best, but I love it. Maybe there's 4. I don't know. I have Iron Widow by Jiren. Why can't I remember how they say the name? Jiren Zhao. And this is a sci-fi, fantasy, romance, feminine rage, polyamorous YA series that the publisher is kind of holding book 2 hostage. I've been waiting for a minute. Then I have Misted Pine series by Kristen Ashley. This is her romantic thriller series. Loved book 1, disliked book 2 because of the amount of rape that was in it. And book 3 is coming out in June. And I have every intention of reading it. Then I have Stonecut County series by Casey Wells. There are definitely more books coming in this series. We have 2 of them. I love it. It is problematic romance at its finest. It is dark contemporary romance. Then I have the Saint of Steel series by T. Kingfisher. There are 4 books out. I've loved every single one of them. This is fantastic fantasy romance, interconnected, standalone. So you have a different couple in each book. I believe there are supposed to be 7 books in the series, and I adore this series. Then I have Kate Daniels' The Wilmington Years by Ilona Andrews. There are 2 of these out, and I will read anything that gets published. Then I've got Sugared and Spiced by Lady Marie. There are officially 2, I think, in this series. These are high heat sugar baby novellas, and they are Black love, and they are amazing. You should read them. Then I have One Night One Bite by Drea Anderson. I don't know the name of this series. This is the only book out so far. We're supposed to get more this year. It's Black vampires and other paranormals and an alternate history of the US. What the frick, my elbow just left, and I want more so bad. I will definitely be rereading this when her next release is the next book. And Black with Billions by Christine C. Jones. This is Black Billionaires. Again, this is the only book out in the series, but I am anxiously awaiting more being published. Then I have In the Care of Magic by Robin Jo Margaret. This is Supernaturals of Balkwill #1. Can't wait for more to be published. This is the only one out. So that's it. That's all of the series that I'm actively working on. I tend to either read them to completion or DNF them pretty easily. I'm not a completionist, especially with interconnected romances, but I'm not a completionist. Like, if I'm not having a great time, I'm not continuing. So those are all of the series I'm currently kind of either waiting on or have staying on my TBR. So let me know if you have read or want to read any of these, and if you think there's any series in particular that I should really prioritize continuing. So that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.